Hello and welcome back to my channel Learn with Nikhil. So today we have taken another sum on isometric projection. First, to begin with the isometric projection, we'll find the total width, height and depth of the figure. So we have been given the front view and the top view. The total width is 150, that is 20 plus 90 plus radius of the semicircle, that is 40. So the total width is 150 millimeter. Height is nothing but the radius of the semicircle, that is 40, and depth is 60. So as we have found out the three dimensions, first we will mark those dimensions. We'll start from this point O. So this is the point O. Now we'll mark the three angles, that is 90 degree, 30 degree and 30 degree. So this is 90 degree, 30 degree and 30 degree. So this is the point O and this diagram is on left side. So left side will be the front view. So the front view dimension, the width is 150 millimeter. So I have marked this width of 150 millimeter. Height is 40, which is the radius of the semicircle. So this is the height, that is 40, and depth is 60. Now after marking these dimensions, we will draw the rectangular box. For drawing the rectangular box, just you have to draw the parallel line through these points. So those three 90 degree, 30 degree and 30 degree, from those lines, keeping those as reference lines, you have to draw the parallel lines and you have to draw this rectangular box. This is really important, as drawing this rectangular box will ensure that our isometric figure will be inside this box only. Now after drawing this box, we'll start with the sum. We'll begin with the point O. As you can see, there is a gap, and from the center we have this distance of 20. So in the front view, the height is given 15, and in the top view, the width is given 20. So I'm marking the center point, and through that center point we have the width of 20. So 10 on each side. I'll make this part dark. So this is the width 20 and height is 15. So this is the 15 height. So to make that, first I'll mark a height of 15 here, and through that point I'll draw a parallel line. So this is the total height 15. Now using roller scale, from this end I'll extend a line upward and make this part dark. From here also I'll extend upward, make this part dark and join this. So this is the whole rectangular box. This shape is done with width 20 and height 15. Now next we have these curves. As you can see, the curve thickness is total is 40. So from the center we will mark 20 20 on both the sides. The thickness is 40. So this thickness is 40. We have marked it here. Now this inside distance is also 10, which is given. So first I'll mark this. I'll extend this upward. Here also there will be a curve. From these points I'll extend the line. So this will be the block, as this thickness is 40. Now this here there will be a curve shape. This curve shape, its length is 10. So from here I'll mark a point 10 millimeter inside, and here there will be a curve. Now this extends till this point. This total distance you can calculate. The semicircle diameter is 80. This is 80. So remaining part it will extend. So first now we will draw this semicircle part. This is 80, and later on we'll draw this and we'll join it to the semicircle. Now to draw the semicircle, you know the method. It is same as drawing a circle. So to draw the semicircle, we have to construct a rhombus or a square in this three-dimensional shape, and each side of that square will be 80. So first I have drawn a straight line from this point. Now from this point, 40 above and 40 below, so total will be 80 millimeter. So this height is 80. Now I'll create a square. So extending this line downward. So this square has been created. I will draw the semicircle. You know the procedure. You have to join the longest diagonal. So this is the longest diagonal, and from the other ends we have to join till the center of the opposite side. So from here, join till the center. This intersection will draw the curve. So for semicircle we require only 2 points, so we have drawn this much only. Now taking this as the radius on the compass, draw the curve. This will be one side, that is this. This part is done. From the top view it is straight. Now this remaining curve part, you have to take this as the radius and draw the curve. So we have drawn this semicircle in this three-dimensional shape. It looks like an ellipse shape. Now after drawing this is extended till the depth of 60. So I'll draw parallel line through these points. So I'll extend this point as the thickness is 60. We'll take the projections from this point where we'll draw the curve, the end part, and also from this point from where we drew the curve. So from both the points where we drew the curve, we have to take those projections. Now we have to draw this same semicircle 60 apart. So for drawing that, we'll project this point. This point will project 60 on this line. So this distance is 60, so this will be the new point. So radius will be same as this. So taking this as the radius, keeping on this point which is 60 apart, draw the curve. So this will be the curve. So this is same as this. This part is only drawn. This is hidden behind, so we have not drawn. Now this part of the curve, we'll do it with the same procedure. There is a slant line also, so I'll draw it lightly first. So taking this as the radius, we'll move this curve at a distance of 60. So from here, 60 apart, I'll place the pointer of the compass. So this distance is 60, and with the same radius we'll draw this curve. So with this method we have moved the curve 60 apart. I've drawn this lightly as there will be slant line which can hide this curve. So I'll later make it dark. Now I'll join this part dark. Now next I'll extend these lines. You have to find out where it touches the cylinder or the semicircle. So this line where it extends or touches the semicircle, I'll just make this part dark. So this is this part. Now as you can see here, it touches the cylinder or the semicircle. Now we have to find out the height is 15. So where it touches we have to find out. So it touches at a height of 15. Now to find that, we have already taken this height 15. So I'll just take the projection, take this as the parallel, take this point projection and touch it here. So this is the point where it touches. So I'll just extend this point on the semicircle. So this whole line denotes where this line touches. So I'll make this part dark. So this line I'll make it dark. This is this line, and you have got the point where it touches the semicircle. Same on the other end also. This gap is 10. So first I'll mark the gap of 10, this distance, and from that I'll make the line dark where it touches the semicircle. So taking this as the reference parallel line, from this point I'll make this line dark. So you have got the point where it touches the semicircle. I'll just make this curve using French curve. If this was the straight line, you have directly joined these points, but as you can see in the image, it's a bit curved shape. So I'm using a French curve to draw that. Height is 15. So same curve I've drawn it below also. Same on the other side also. You can use compass also to draw with a radius of 10. I've directly used the French curve. Now this bottom line where it touches the semicircle, I'll take this as the reference line and draw a line till touches the bottom part. Now it touches here, this part I'll just rub it out as it's an entire block. This part will be dark. Now here also there will be a curve shape as it is attached to the semicircle. So taking this as the radius, we have to move this again, this point ahead. Now how much to move? You have to just take this distance. So I'll just note it down, this distance. So it is around 1 centimeter or 10 millimeter. Or without finding the actual dimension also, you can just measure it on the compass, mark it on this line, and keeping the pointer, you can draw the arc. So this is the curve, only this part it is attached, so this part will be curved. So this side also is there, but it is behind, so it is hidden, so we have not drawn that. Now this line will be dark, but there is a slant line, so we'll draw that slant line and then we'll later draw the entire part. Now the slant line is at the center. It is at a distance of 40 from point O. So this is from point O. I've marked a point at 40. I'll just draw a light line. Now the slant line thickness is 10 millimeter and it is touching to this semicircle. It is not touching to the top. I'll show you. Now as the thickness is 10 from the center, 5 millimeters on both the side, I'll mark the point. Now it touches this part, this line, which is the line we have projected from the center point of the curve. There also I have marked from the center, 5 millimeters on both the side, and we will draw this slant line joining these points. Now till where we have extended, as you have noticed, now we'll draw this curve part dark also, which we have drawn earlier lightly. We'll draw this dark as we have drawn the slant line and it is not hiding behind the slant line. Here also there will be a curve as this slant line attaches to the semicircle, so here also there will be a curve. So again we have to find the thickness. So this distance you can measure it on the scale or you can directly measure on the compass. Mark the point here. You have shifted this point. So this is from this point we'll draw the curve. So as you can see while drawing the curve, so this point where the slant line ends. Joining this, don't have to join the entire part. At the end I'll rub the small part, so keep watching till the end. joining these lines dark. So as you can see, our three-dimensional figure is appearing now. Now here you have to draw the circle. The circle diameter given is 20. You know the procedure. For drawing the circle of diameter 20, you have to construct the square of side 20. So we have marked the center point of 40. So this is the center line. And this is the center of it at a distance of 20. Now from here I'll mark 10 millimeters on both the sides, as we want to construct a square at the center of side 20. You can construct in any way. You have to just create a square. I have created like this. Again from the center, 10 millimeters on both the sides. So from this method I have created a square at the center. Now for creating the circle joining the longest diagonal from the opposite ends, you have to mark or draw the line till the center point. For drawing the circle we require 4 points. So these are the 4 points. Now keeping the pointer here with the radius, draw the arc. Keeping the pointer here with this as the radius, draw the arc. Now keeping the compass on this end, take this as the radius, draw the curve. And with same radius, keep the pointer here and draw the curve below. So this is how you create a circle in 3-dimensional which looks as a shape of an ellipse. Now the circle is totally drilled till the bottom. Its height is 15 millimeter. So if I move this point below 15 millimeter, there is no cutting line of the circle. If it was less than 15 millimeter, there would have been a curve inside of the circle also. So this is done. Now you have to make this part. This is a triangular shape, as you can see. Its height is 10 and there is an angle of 30 degree on both the sides. Now to draw this, it's a bit complicated. First I'll mark the center point. I'll mark this point. This is 20. This is 20. Height is 10. First I'll make this part. The angle drawing part is a tricky part. I'll explain you how to draw this. So this height is 10, this height is 10. Now to draw this angle part, we have to just find the height where these points intersect. So this line is 30 degree. We have to find this height. If you find this height, you can place it here and you can join from both the ends and you can get a triangular shape in 3-dimensional. So first to draw that, you have to draw it 2-dimensionally. You can draw it here. The width is 40. So we'll place this diagram in 2-dimensional first. We'll find the height. So this width is 40, this height is 10. So this height 10. This height is also 10. Now to draw the angle 30 degree, first we'll join this line which will give the base to draw the 30 degree angle. So I'll join this. Now from these ends we'll draw the angle of 30 degree. So this is 30 degree. I'll join this. And from here also I'll draw the angle of 30 degree. So this we have created a triangle. I'll just mark the dimension first. So this is 30 degree, 30 degree. This width is 40. This height is 10. And we'll calculate this height. This height comes around 22 millimeters. You don't exactly need to write this height of 22 millimeter, you can directly take it on the compass and mark it here. So first I'll mark the center point. Now I'll draw the parallel line from that center point. Now here you have to mark the height, that is 22, or you can directly take the compass, measure the height. So this height measure on the compass and you can directly mark it here. Now as we got the height, we'll just join this line. So this is the angle of 30 degree in 3-dimensional and this is the other angle. So this is how you do it. So this part is done. Now as you know, this cut part which we have drawn, it is totally drilled inside. You can see it from the top view. Dotted line shows it is totally drilled. So there will be a cut line here. So this line there will be dark. So it shows it is totally drilled inside. So with this we are totally done. We'll mark the dimension. There is one part which I have drawn dark. I'll show it in the end. So watch this video completely till the end. Mark the dimensions properly which are given in the question. Mark it in this 3-dimensional shape. You can see how I am marking the dimensions. Do it as it is. Finally, don't forget to draw the arrow which denotes the front view, X. Now this part I was talking about, this I'll remove it as it's a curved part. This line I had made it dark. And with this we are completely done with our sum. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my channel. If you have any doubts, any queries, let me know in the comment section. You can also connect with me on Instagram.